folks, welcome along to Spring Speedway. Well, we've been waiting for it all season, but it's finally here. This is round 2 of our International Sprint Car Series. 25 of the best drivers are here. We've got 3 from Australia, 2 Americans, and all the very best of the New Zealanders. They'll go at it over 2 heats to qualify for the grid positions for a 25-lap feature. Should be a fantastic show.
No, I've ran a lot of different racetracks in America and here, and I'm pretty used to running quarter-mile racetracks. I think it's going to start out a little bit sticky, and then probably blow off later in the race. But if I can get that high line working, I think I'll be able to go around them.
Brazier, I mean, Tatnall's not here tonight, but Brazier's really good. He got second, I think, in the Australian Championship. And I mean, he's no mug. He's been around Parramatta, which is similar clay to this, so he'll know that you've got to be standing on the gas on these clay tracks, especially when they're a little sticky.
So Alan Wakeling has already singled out Gary Brazier as the man to watch. A bit of an ask for him because he's never been to Western Springs before. He's never seen the racetrack, but he has seen the facility, and he is very, very impressed with it. This is Sprint Car Heat number 1, and on pole position it's number 47, Aussie Sockhold in the Raceworks chassis, and alongside of him, in grid position number 2, it is Colin Entwistle from Mount Maunganui. Away they go. Now, a marble draw for these grid positions, and they'll tip that draw upside down for Heat 2. 2 groups of sprint cars. It's all about the sprint cars tonight here at Spring Speedway. You can see for yourself the track very, very slippery, very heavy in the early going, catching Dean Brindle there, and also number 51, Andrew Hawkswood. Race leader, though, has waved goodbye, and that is Aussie Sockhold. In the 47, the tedtracy.co.nz sponsored car. In second place, it's Entwistle. Third place, it's the first of the Americans, and that is Travis Rylett from Texas. And right in behind him, the man that Alan Wakeling's earmarked as a danger here at Spring Speedway, and that is Gary Brazier. Talking to him before the race, he said he'd like to run up high and put a show on for the folks. I guess the racetrack isn't conducive to that at the moment, but there's Brazier in the number 1, the 4X car, down the inside of Rylett from Texas. We know how well that the Texan can go. Soon to compete in the world of outlaws. This is a battle further down through the field. Number 18, Greg Pickerel, right in behind him. It looked like it was Sean Walsh. Meantime, at the front, things getting a little bit busy. This is a battle for second, third, and fourth. Oh, and Brazier climbs right over the top of Colin Entwistle, and both of them keep going. So he's a man on a mission. He's a hard charger. He's got that typical hard-nosed Australian attitude, and that is Gary Brazier. Once again, he gets close to number 4. That is Entwistle. Ahead of them, number 24, Graham Drummond, already a lap in arrears, so he is sort of getting in the way a little bit there, and Brazier once again gives Entwistle a bit of a tag. 18 gets up the outside of him. That is Greg Pickerel in the engine and batteries car, so Brazier's got some problems here. Now he goes round the outside of both of the Kiwis and moves through into second place. Gary Brazier, 3-time Australian champion, having his first look at Western Springs, but I can tell you none of the drivers will like the conditions. Very heavy, very slippery indeed, very muddy in the early going here at Spring Speedway. Hopefully, though, the race track will change and we'll have a great race by the 25-lapper. 18, Pickerel, the man on the move. This is a battle for second and third. It continues here. 32, Nathan McDonald starts to move up as well. There is number 11, Travis Rylett, the Texas Tornado, they call him at home. Travis the Texan, he lives by here. This is the battle for first. There is Sockhold, he drifts to the outside of the racetrack. The Texan goes right up the inside, and now he gets right into the meat of the lap traffic. So Colin Entwistle's gone out the back door. Here comes Sockhold back at him though. It's going to be the American. 11, Rylett will win the first sprint car heat of the night. In second place it will be Aussie Sockhold number 47, and in third place it'll be Gary Brazier. And you'll see there 20 points for the win, and so on right down to 11 points for Dave Williams. So a great start from the Texan, but the Kiwi's not out of it yet. Sprint car heat number 2 now, and a chance to have a look at the other Australians in the field as we ride on board here with Philip Game. Just in behind him it is Alan Wakeling, 6-time New Zealand sprint car champion. To his outside, John Kelly from Brisbane. In fact, this is the first time that Kelly's climbed back into the driver's seat of a sprint car since breaking his neck. So brave stuff from the Queenslander. 75, Tommy Rusher in there as well. And away they go, and John Kelly it is. It stretches the legs of the Maxim and goes out into the front. The only Ford in the field in second place, that is Russia. Then it is Wakeling, so he's got a good start. Jump Phil Game, so maybe some problems out there for Game. Just up ahead of Game, it is number 45. This is the Corey Haig car, being driven tonight by Ricky Logan from Little Rock, Arkansas. The Little Rock Rocket making his second trip to New Zealand. There he is in the 45, the Professionals Real Estate car. No love lost between the Kiwis though. Game and Waco get together, and Game slips up the inside. 75, the veteran, Tommy Rusher, the AES Ford, trying to chase down Johnny Kelly at the moment. The Australian in the front, Rusher through in second place. This is the battle for third, fourth and fifth, Logan, Game and Wakeling. And once again, like we saw in heat number 1, the racetrack's still very wet. Not how the sprint car drivers like it, but they're coping with it well. Wakeling starts to put on a bit of a charge and just has some problems trying to get around number 7 there. It's Lance Anderson, he's a lap down. 5, Stevie Walsh also goes a lap down as Rusher goes by him. Ricky Logan closes up the gap now, so Rusher in second place. The race leader is John Kelly, and he is the best part of a quarter lap in front, but all the action is second, third, fourth at the moment. This man in second place, Tommy Rusher from the Waikato, has driven every class of racing here at Spring Speedway, the TQ, the midgets, but now has found his home in the sprint car. Right in behind him, it is Logan from the USA, then it's Pakaranga's Phil Game. Race leader, remember, is John Kelly from Brisbane. No stranger to the quarter mile oval here at the Springs, being here a few times in the past in a sprint car with his wife, and stepping straight back into the groove at the front of this field. One lap, in fact the checkered flag goes out, so that is the Australian pulls the first win in his group of the sprint cars, so John Kelly gets there. Rusher is second, Ricky Logan third, Phil Game through in fourth, and once again valuable points for the Australian. It's all about this International Sprint Car Series, $130,000 prize money over the whole series, and this is heat number 3, second time for Group 1, and on pole position it's 51, and that is Andrew Hawkswood. Alongside of him, number 32 by the look of it, and that is Nathan McDonald from Australia. Another one makes his debut here at the Springs. In fact, Nathan McDonald making his first trip to New Zealand. Pickerel's got it wrong, but I don't think they'll put on the yellow lights. No, they don't. We continue racing. McDonald in the front in the Cheetah chassis. This is the car he builds himself back at home. Starting to come good on the Australian scene, as we tell you, making his first visit to New Zealand. Brazier in there at the back at the moment, trying to get around Kevin Hinchcliffe in the 89, the Bernard freight car, and having a bit of trouble doing it. Well, he's had one heck of a reputation, his Gary Brazier, and we saw glimpses of it in the first heat. He got very aggressive with Colin Entwistle, and now once again you see him getting together with the American, Travis Rylett, in the DSC Security Products Light Commercial Centre Eagle. That's the ex-Christy Passmore car. This man, though, the Australian, as we saw in the previous heat, Aussies at the front, then it was John Kelly. This time it is Nathan McDonald. Brazier and Rylett continue to have close company here, just having a bit of trouble getting around Hinchcliffe. This is a battle for the minors. The Australian, though, has stretched this field virtually to breaking point. He's got a good, healthy lead. You just got a glimpse of his car up in the distance. There it is, 32. Nathan McDonald puts a lap on Dave Williams there in the number 6. The Fraser Shores Western Star Trucking Cheetah, his own car. He designs and builds. He's raced it successfully in Australia this season, and he's brought it over here to see how he can go against the American chassis cars of his fellow Australians, the Americans, and of course the top Kiwis. But I can tell you, he's going pretty well at the moment. 32 in the front. Oh, more biff and bash further down the field. Andrew Hawkswood's in trouble, and that's slowed Kevin Hinchcliffe. Hawkswood will go off onto the infield. Hinchcliffe will keep going. Once again, Graham Drummond's going to play a part in this as well in the 24. Some of the cars are a little bit slow to get around the lap traffic. No problems at all for this man, no. Nathan McDonald, checkered flag comes out, and the Aussies get heat number 3 as well. So McDonald gets the win. There he is, the Australian. His debut here at Western Springs has been a winning one. Second place it will be number 1 Australia, Gary Brazier, and third 11 USA. So there are the points from group number 1, and you can see that Travis Rylett has just the slim advantage over Australia's Gary Brazier. Nathan McDonald, by dint of his win, moves up to third.
The new Spring Speedway roars into life this Saturday night for another round of adrenaline-pumping speedway action. There's the best of New Zealand sprint car, TQ and midget car drivers, and they're all lined up to do battle right here at Western Springs Stadium. Don't miss a great night out for you and the whole family. This Saturday night, Western Springs Stadium. Gates open at 5, racing starts at 7. See springspeedway.com for details and make tracks to the new Spring Speedway.
So welcome back to Spring Speedway. This is heat number 4 of the sprint cars. This is the second heat for group number 2. The last chance for these guys to get any points at all. Off the front of the field goes number 7, Lance Anderson, but away from good position 2 goes number 3, and that was Dean Brindle. Third in New Zealand last year in the sprint cars. Anderson in second place. It looks like number 56 through in third, and that is Carl Wilson. Now going through Dean Brindle's mind will be the fact that he's got to get as many points as he can. Why does he have to do that? Well, it's the top point scorer that will start off the front in the 25-lap feature. There's $1,000 on the knocker for first place in the feature, but you need a good start position. So that's why we have the 2 heats. It was started with a marble draw. We reversed the marble draw. Each heat scores points, 20 for first, right through to 1 for 20th. And there's problems there for Lance Anderson, and that will bring on the yellow lights and the flags. So we're in a restart situation, and look at that, closing the gap on Dean Brindle. His lead gone completely is number 56, Carl Wilson. Maybe the danger man in this field could be Colin Entwistle. Watch for him. Alan Wakeling there at the back, so he's really got to work. He needs as many points as possible. Travis Ryland is the top point scorer out of group number 1 with 38. So if somebody can get up and have a consistent performance there, and that somebody could just be the man that just gave Alan Wakeling a tap, that was Ricky Logan, or maybe Phil Game, we will see a New Zealand-US front row. Who knows? At the moment, though, it is 3 NZ, Dean Brindle in the front. This is the battle for second and third. 56, Carl Wilson, and right in behind him, it was 77 Game. Battling further down the field there. Watch for number 14, Des Longville in the East Tabacky Transport car, just battling the position there with number 45, Ricky Logan. 1 New Zealand, Alan Wakeling in there as well. But this man out on the front already starting to get into the lap traffic. The Tauranga Laundry Services car of Terry Corin just does the sensible thing. It moves aside for the young charger from Mount Maunganui. Dean Brindle, the Jensen Fabrications car. Pretty much a newcomer to sprint cars, but what a season he had last year, as you'll see by the number 3 on the tail tank. This man, well, he has a season year after year after year. 6-time New Zealand champion, Alan Wakeling, currently in a battle for the minor positions. Waco will like what he sees on the racetrack, because slowly but surely it is coming into the liking for the sprint car boys. Brindle about to put a lap on Stevie Walsh as they work their way into the town bend once again. Walsh isn't going to give it up without a fight. He probably thinks he's still running for position. Terry Corin just gives Phil Game a little bit of trouble as well, as he puts the PG Hydraulics car around the outside of him. Down the pit straight they come, touching nearly 100 miles an hour. This man, though, is in a class of his own, and he needs the points. There's Dean Brindle. And it's all about points tonight. It's all about the Sprint Car International Series. This is round number 2. We kicked it off in Palmerston North, and the checkered flag flies for Brindle. Second place will be 77, Phil Game, and in third it will be Ricky Logan. So he got up in front of Alan Wakeling and stayed there. But of more interest is the points situation. Remember, Travis Ryland had 38 points, and the best of the second group is John Kelly on 36. That means the American will be on the front of the grid come feature time.
And they're back on the 22nd with 2 world-class midget car drivers in the mix as well.
Sprint car Super 12 for you now.
Here on the infield.
The best 12 in the field, as the name suggests. It's all done on lap times. Off the front they go. 75, Tommy Rusher out of grid position 2. Getting away from him now, I think it was number 47, Aussie Socko. Yes, it was. Trevor Ackers' Raceworks chassis really starting to come into its own. They've been working on the car slowly but surely right throughout the season, and now it is starting to pay dividends for them. Aussie Socko, the Ted Tracy wind-sponsored machine, out in front of the Super 12. It's the Ford of Russia in second place. It's Brindle in third, then it's Wakeling, Pickerel the next one through. Then we go back to number 45, Logan, I think, and in there as well was number 11, and that was Travis Ryland in the ex-Christie Passport Eagle. Waco's got a bit of work to do, but Aussie Socko doing all the job at the front of the field at the moment. Pickerel decides to take to the grass. The officials will have a good long look at that, I'm sure. So pretty exciting stuff in the Sprint Car Super 12. And the Kiwis leading the internationals here at the moment. There is Dean Brindle. You just saw him win Sprint Car Heat number 4. So he's in with a good chance of this overall prize money. Remember, this is round 2 of the International Series. Go to Bay Park in a couple of days, and then the finale will be back here at Spring Speedway. So they're crisscrossing the country. They're showing the people the best sprint car racing in New Zealand. The Americans the Aussies, but it's the Kiwis in the front in the Super 12. The PPG wins. TedTracy.co.nz car of Aussie Sokol in second place in 75 Russia. This man in third, and that is Dean Brindle. And right in behind him, it'll be Alan Wakeling, I think. So Waco starting to get the job done. Flashing past our pit straight camera. There is first, second place Russia. Then it's Brindle, and then it's the Americans. So Travis Rylett on a bit of a charge. Behind him is Waco. Behind them, Nathan McDonald. And at the back, toward the back of this field anyway, and that is Gary Brazier. So he's had some problems out there in this one. 4, Entwistle, about to be lapped by Aussie Sokol. He's been racing the sprint car since 1996. Came to Western Springs, made his debut in one of these cars and hasn't got out of them since. And he's been getting better and better and better. 47, Aussie Sokol in the front. In second place now, it is number 11, I think. The American on a bit of a charge. No, you'll see it. It's... Oh, we've got a problem on the racetrack. The yellow lights come on, and it's Dean Brindle. And I'm sure he got involved with someone else. So on the restart, Aussie Sokol's lead will be gone, as we see so many times here. So he'll be a little bit worried. Tom Rusher will start right in behind him. But maybe the one to watch for is the DSC Security Products Eagle of Travis Rylett. He's proved in the heats that he can go from the back to the front, and he is fast, and he goes right around the outside of Russia. So Rylett moves up into second. The Texas Tornado chasing down the Kiwi at the front of this field. Here comes the pass. Can he make it work through the town, through the pine tree bend? Yes, he can. Sokol comes back at him, but it's too little too late, and the Texan in the front. Well, this is a glimpse of the man's talent, just 25 years of age. He's already won some big races in America, and he's won the Super 12 as well. Travis Rylett gets there from Aussie Sokol. In third place, the multiple New Zealand champion Wakeling, and in fourth, Greg Pickerel.
The new Spring Speedway roars into life this Saturday night for another round of adrenaline-pumping speedway action. There's the best of New Zealand sprint car, TQ and midget car drivers, and they're all lined up to do battle right here at Western Springs Stadium. Don't miss a great night out for you and the whole family. This Saturday night, Western Springs Stadium. Gates open at 5, racing starts at 7. See springspeedway.com for details and make tracks to the new Spring Speedway.
Welcome back to Spring Speedway as the sprint cars come out for the big one of the night, the 25-lapper, to decide the outcome of round number 2 of this International Sprint Car Series. On pole position, it's an Australian-American battle. Americans and Australians in 3 and 4 as well. Tommy Rush has got a bit of work to do. He'll start from grid 11 alongside of Kevin Hinchcliffe, and Stevie Walsh and Lance Anderson with the most work to do. They start from 17 and 20 respectively. Away we go. America versus Australia on the front row. On the inside, it is Gary Brazier. Outside of him, Travis the Texan. He's known here in New Zealand. That is Travis Rylett. Away they go, and it looks like the Australian that's jumped into the front. Rylett tries to go up the inside as they work out of the Pine Tree Bend for the first of 25 times, and I think we've got a new race leader. So he didn't waste a lot of time to get to the front. He finished second in round number 1. Well, I've preempted it. He's still in second place at the moment. Brazier leads it in the John Kelly Maxim. Behind him, it is Travis Rylett. Then we go back to Ricky Logan. So the internationals have started to come to the field already, and it is early days. 25 laps in the sprint cars. Have a look for the best of the Kiwis. It should be number 77, Philip Game. In there as well, number 1, Alan Wakeling. Just got a glimpse of the green car of Tommy Rusher. So they all funnel through. The biggest field we've seen in sprint cars since around about the mid-90s, I would think. 20 cars face the starter. Now, will 20 finish? I think you can put the money on the fact that they will not. These guys will, though. 11, Rylett, just having trouble getting around Stevie Walsh there. Still sits in second place. No, he doesn't. I think he's gone into first, but I think he might have to go back because poor old Des Longueville's got problems in the steering, and it's come to rest up against the wall in the town bend. So we're on yellow here at Spring Speedway. 11, Rylett in the front. Brazier in second place. Watch 2 for Logan in third. They get him set to turn him loose again, and 800 horsepower stomps its way down the front straight here at Spring Speedway. Travis Rylett in the Max Rogers owned DSC Security Products Eagle. That's the ex-Christy Passmore car. Some say the best sprint car in New Zealand. and certainly one of the best drivers we've seen for quite some time, driving a 25-year-old Houston, Texas native. This is Travis Rylett, although this is the Little Rock Rocket. This is Ricky Logan. You see for yourself some problems there with the front wing. That is going to impair the handling of that car no end. Rylett in the front, Brazier into second place. There is Logan, then it's Game. Watch two for Nathan McDonald, the other Australian in the field. Pickerel is there. Dean Brindle, one heat number 3. He's got a lot of work to do. He started from way back, and already they are starting to cut their way through the lap traffic. It's only a quarter of a mile round, and sometimes these cars are approaching speeds of 115 mile an hour, certainly when they get good drive out of the turns and down the short straights. So things happen, and they happen pretty darn quickly. Travis Rylett leading this big field around this quarter-mile oval here at Western Springs. Bill Buckley's gambled and gambled well on the racetrack. It's just as the sprint cars would like it. It's a little bit slick, it's a little bit dry, but that's the best way for the big monster horsepower cars. 11, Rylett in the front. Second place man, number 1 Australia, the 4X sponsored, Brisbane Speedway sponsored car of Gary Brazier. There is Logan. And still we haven't seen big moves. Oh, we've got problems here. And this is John Kelly, I think it is, and Alan Wakeling that have tangled. It is Wakeling, so that's problems for the 6-time New Zealand champions. So once again, we're down to a restart situation. And look at Brazier. The psychological battles come out now as he tries to close up the inside on Travis Rylett. Rylett's been there and done that before. Some say the most promising sprint car driver to come out of the year 2002. And we're privileged enough to see him here in New Zealand. Rylett from Texas, Brazier from Australia, and the Little Rock Rocket, Ricky Logan, starting to put the acid on him. In fact, it wasn't. It was his teammate, Nathan McDonald. So a great showing from McDonald in 3rd place. But this man doing it all right at the moment. The light commercial centre eagle of Max Rogers. 2nd place man, Brazier. In 3rd place, it is Logan. Then it is McDonald. Then it's Game. Rusher is in there. Pickerel is there as well. Wakeling getting back into the fray after tangling with John Kelly in the early going. Up high on the racetrack is Rylett getting around Dave Williams. Williams already going a lap down. Well, as we told you, round number 2 of the International Sprint Car Series, round 1 in Palmerston North a week ago. It was taken out by Brooke Tatnell. He's not here this week, but Travis Rylett is. He was 2nd last week in Palmy, and now he's looking pretty good for a win here at Spring Speedway. So that will give him a bit of a stranglehold in the series with 2 rounds still to come. Bay Park and also back here at the Springs. This is Ricky Logan having problems, and he's going to call it a day. He puts it onto the infield. 18, Pickerel starts to make a move. Behind him, Colin Entwistle in the Maxim, the Bay Speed car. Race leader, though, is the Texan. There he is, number 11, just rounding up Dean Brindle. Passes him as easy as you'd like. Next one in his target area will be Kevin Hinchcliffe. Has a little bit more trouble getting around Hinchcliffe, and that gives Brazier a chance just to close up the gap a little bit. So it is on at the front of the field. This man in command, but the Australian not too far away. And I wouldn't write him off yet. He's a hard charger, is Gary Brazier. But this man can charge with the best of them. And look at this. He's about to put a lap on Alan Wakeling. It doesn't happen too often, so a history-making occasion here. Waco can't do anything about it. Sure, he's had problems earlier on, and some more problems out there for Terry Corrin by the look of it. There is Gary Brazier, and just up ahead of him is Travis Rylett from Texas. So Brazier on the charge now, starting to close down the Texan as he has a bit of trouble with the lap traffic. Race leader, the American, the Australian in 2nd place. Another Australian in 3rd in the form of Nathan McDonald. There he is there, right in behind him, on the money anyway. I think it would be Alan Wakeling, but he's a long way behind, and you've just seen Travis Rylett put a lap on him. That's the speed that the American's showing at the moment. There is Waco trying to get around the outside of the Colin Entwistle car before these guys come and lap him. 11, there he is, Travis Rylett. Right in beside him was Gary Brazier from Australia. So it ain't over yet. The 2 protagonists down the pit straight they come into Town Bend. Rylett up high, Brazier even higher, rubbing the car on the wall. The checkered flag comes out and Rylett takes it. So round number 2 of the International Sprint Car Series falls to Travis Rylett, but it was oh so close. It was Gary Brazier in 2nd place, and in 3rd place it was Nathan McDonald.
Yeah, we got a real good car here on Max Rogers. He gave us a wonderful car to drive here, and we can't thank him enough. But the track was in pretty good shape tonight. The bottom groove was really the faster groove tonight. We got to run up there on the top a few times, but just weren't getting in the lap traffic. But track held up good tonight. Seemed like we had a good turnout, so I'm really happy with it.
Well, great racing here in the second night of the International Sprint Car Series, and Travis the Texan finally gets his win. He was second at Palmerston North a week ago, and now he climbs to the top step on the podium. Second place, what a hard charger Gary Brazier is, and in third place it was Nathan McDonald. The Aussies are getting closer, but the American is on top of the tree. We got much more sprint car action right here at Spring Speedway.